Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Mitchell Ringos. January is Alzheimer's Awareness Month, and the city marked the date with a flag raising earlier this week, with Mayor Ken Boshkoff presiding over the occasion. The mayor praised the local community and the staff and volunteers at the Alzheimer Society of Thunder Bay for their compassion in caring for persons with dementia. Alzheimer Society Executive Director Pamela Gurry says the stigma around dementia is a major hurdle for people living with the disease, and they're hoping to foster a candid public conversation throughout the month.
A lot of individuals feel that they can't come forward or speak about it. Dementia is not a normal part of aging. They feel that it's a burden on someone, that they feel that they can't speak freely, speak openly. They feel that there's judgment involved, and we're here to eliminate those stigma barriers to know that you can live well with a disease.
Over the years, we all have people that we know who've been affected. So you have to take it personally, because if you care about your friends and your family, then you want to make the rest of the community better too.
The local Alzheimer Society also received just over $45,000 from the province, announced on Thursday by MPP Kevin Holland. The organization has a number of activities and fundraisers happening throughout the month of January, and Gurry encourages residents to check out their Facebook page to learn more. Members of the Thunder Bay community who are in need will have better access to essentials that they may not be able to afford, thanks to the local United Commercial Travelers team donating a generous $12,000 to 3 local charities. The Dewdrop Inn, Precious Bundles, and the Boys and Girls Club were the 3 recipients of those $12,000, with $4,000 going to each of them. The Dewdrop Inn offers daily hot meals for dine-in or takeout, feeding hundreds who are in need each week. The Boys and Girls Club offers programs and services to local youth, while Precious Bundles collects secondhand clothing, toys, books, and baby items, redistributing them to families in need. Local UCT President Bill Dan says he wants the 3 organizations to continue making a strong, positive impact on the community.
We want to make sure that what we do has an impact, is helpful for the organizations. You know, so rather than $500, $250, I mean, we could do that, but really that, you know, we want to be sustainable. We want the groups to be able to use the money. So that's functionally what we do.
$4,000 that we received today will allow us, and it gives us the opportunity to serve a good meal daily. Adding nutrition comes with a high price to pay, so it just makes sure that we can serve the best meal possible to our patrons. The Dewdrop Inn, we depend on the support of the community to do what we do, and I just wanted to thank the community for their incredible support, which provides this opportunity.
The CAO for Shunya is excited about the plans for a new ambulance base in his municipality. As we first told you on the News Hour this past week, the long-awaited project is set to move ahead this year. The current Fire and Emergency Services building is located at the corner of Lakeshore Drive and Mackenzie Station Road and is home to both firefighters and paramedics. EMS staff also have to use a small trailer unit next to the building, and their ambulance is parked in a confined area next to the fire trucks, making it harder for both vehicles to get out in a hurry. Shunya CAO Paul Greenwood says the new EMS base being built nearby will take care of those issues, and they're expecting to start construction this summer.
The new ambulance bay will have significant functional improvements over the current bay, and certainly improved living quarters for the paramedics. So the current ambulance is out for tender right now. The tendering process is supposed to finish before the end of January, and once the tender is awarded, construction should start this summer.
Greenwood adds that the new EMS base will cost $2.2 million. Shunya will be taking out a loan through Infrastructure Canada to build it, and will then lease the building to the City of Thunder Bay, which runs Superior North EMS. The Thunder Bay Museum has partnered up with the Thunder Bay Military Museum for one of their latest exhibits. Artwork by prisoners of war for World War II is now being displayed on the museum's third floor, highlighting what they experienced while being held captive in POW camps here in northwestern Ontario. Mike Lang reports.
Thousands of POWs during World War II were interned in camps across Canada, including here in northwestern Ontario, and faced long periods of isolation as they waited for the war to end. Some, notably German submariner George Hogel, passed the time by painting, and his art is being showcased on the third floor of Thunder Bay Museum. In fact, Hogel's art was so great, he was excused from doing manual labor, allowing him to focus on painting full-time. Military Museum Director George Romick is one of the many servicemen who noticed Hogel's art throughout his lifetime, and Romick led the way for it to be displayed in Thunder Bay's museums.
I was corresponding back and forth with him because there was a gentleman that was doing a book on Monteith and wanted to use one of his paintings in the book. So I got a hold of Mr. Hogel and got permission to do that. And then just recently, over the past 2 years, I've been in contact with his granddaughter, Katerina. And I let her know about the exhibit, and the family is very happy and enthused that we're doing this display to honor her grandfather.
Hogel's art and materials were donated by the Red Cross to the Thunder Bay Museum, where they will be displayed until May 2023. Museum curator and archivist Michael DeYoung says it's important to display the POW art in the museum since it's part of northwestern Ontario's history during World War II.
It's a wonderful partnership between the Thunder Bay Museum and the Thunder Bay Military Museum that allows us to benefit from having this wonderful artwork to display, and the opportunity for us to display it here within the context of the broader story about prisoners of war in northwestern Ontario, focusing on, and then highlight the artifacts in our own collection that tells the story of prisoners of war in this area.
Mike Lang, TBT News.
Now that the curtain has finally closed on 2022 and the new year has arrived, it's time to set targets for 2023. We spoke to our local politicians to ask about the main goal they hope to accomplish in the year ahead.
I would like to see affordable housing. We need to see supports so that people can build affordable housing. There are 2 projects in Thunder Bay, shovel-ready, that could really provide relief for quite a few people. And I'm hoping that the government will come through with some kind of dedicated funding to support affordable housing.
Main goal for myself in the coming year, well, you know, it's been a learning experience being an MP for now 3 years, but I've got a lot of things started, and I want to see a lot of them come to completion.
Well, for me, it's really to make sure that we stay focused on ensuring that we do have an economy that works for everyone, that people feel like they have a fair chance to succeed. And so that is working with partners in the community that do work on things like poverty alleviation and housing and homelessness, but it is also working on things around economic development.
I think the biggest goal is a continuation of what I've been doing since I've been elected, and that is to make sure that Thunder Bay Atikokan is highlighted with the government and to make sure that the needs and the opportunities that exist in Thunder Bay Atikokan are front and center with the government. It's really time for our riding to shine.
Well, it's great to go into it with the confidence of knowing that the people are behind you. So I'm really trying to restore the city's confidence in itself and at the same time keep the budget under control.
2 local minor hockey teams went to the outdoor rink for a charity exhibition game this afternoon. It was a matchup between the U18A Beavers and Bearcats, who raised funds for Easter Seals Thunder Bay. The weather was perfect as they faced off at Cherry Park, and even though it was merely a scrimmage on the ODR, they still had an officiating crew, a DJ, and a grill for the players' families and walleye players in attendance. The captains from each team said they wanted to take the opportunity to give back to the community.
We got together with our coaches and we knew we wanted to do something for the community, so we decided an outdoor game would be the best way to do it, to give back to the community. Our coaches are good friends with the coaches on the VP Bearcats there, so it was almost perfect to do an outdoor game.
So it's kind of like an annual thing we do, and we should bring a bunch of kids together, raise a bunch of money to the Easter Seals program. It means a lot, it really does, because a lot of these kids get to try out new things and maybe someday get on the ice.
We are extremely grateful. Easter Seals, we depend on community and donations like this and special events we do to able to support the families that we support, kids with physical disabilities, to purchase equipment for mobility, communication devices, and also summer camp opportunities. So we're so grateful for the organizers for choosing Easter Seals this year.
The event raised over $3,100 for Easter Seals so that they can continue providing services to youth with disabilities. And now we're joined by sports anchor Kurt Black. Even though that game was an exhibition, definitely a lot on the line, playing very hard. And the same can be said last night for the Thunderwolves.
I still can't get over some of the flow that was evident right there. Some great hair from
Very
some
nice
of those
hair.
young guys. And yeah, as you said, outdoor rink's nice, but I like the warmth.
Yes.
So yeah, it was a great night last night to be at a Thunderwolves game as they returned for the 2023 portion of their season. We'll have those highlights right after the break.